In this video for section 3.5, we're going to talk about how to find the domain of a rational function. So first we're going to define what a rational function is. It's when we have one polynomial divided by another. And remember, we're not allowed to divide by 0. We can't have 0 in the denominator of a fraction. So when we're thinking about the domain, we have to exclude x values that make the denominator 0 from the domain. Remember that the domain is all possible values of x that you can plug into the function. So when we're asked to find the domain of each rational function, what we need to think about is what value would I plug in here for x that would give me 0 in the denominator. In other words, I can think of solving the equation x minus 3 equals 0. And the solution to that would be 3. So that means that 3 cannot be plugged in for x. And the way that we write this is a new notation for the domain. We're going to use the squiggly brackets. It's a set notation. And then it's going to be x. The vertical bar stands for such that. So x such that x is not equal to 3. Now, it's not going to be too difficult because when you have the homework, they're going to put everything here for you except for a box where you fill in the number that's not allowed. So you don't have to worry too much about remembering how to write this. Just know that you fill into the box any value of x that would make the denominator 0. So x cannot be equal to 3. This is a not equal to sign here. So for b, this is example 1. We're only looking at parts a and b. My numbers that would not be allowed would be any number where x squared minus 9 equals 0. And then we need to solve this. Now we've solved these types of equations quite a few times in this class. I'm going to add 9 to both sides and then take the square root. You could also factor it as difference of squares. Either way, you should get plus or minus the square root of 9, which is plus or minus 3. So, in my bracket, x such that x is not equal to, I would just list 3, comma, negative 3. Or you could probably use the plus or minus symbol in MyLab Math as well. So next you should look at checkpoint problem number 1. Do this in your notes, check your answer, and then move on to the homework.